few words from our sponsors. Before you go and visit anyone, please make sure you check out their website to make sure that what I'm telling you today still stands true. Thank you again to all of our sponsors for making the show possible, especially during the pandemic. Now is the time to pre-order using Herbology's website. This allows the team to fulfill your order quickly and with minimum contact. Herbology's #1 priority is the safety of you and their team. You can call their Westminster store at 443-487-4552 or their Gaithersburg store at 240-654-0911 for more information, and visit myherbology.com for additional details. Thanks, Herbology, for the support. Evermore is working hard to ensure that each transaction is safe both for the customer and the employee. And to help facilitate this, they are asking you to order ahead online and use CamPay. They are working extremely hard to make sure that you have the essential medicine that you need. And you can visit them at evermorecompany.com for more details. Thank you, Evermore. The team at Pure Life Wellness is working overtime to ensure they are able to remain open and continue to serve the community. We can help them by ordering ahead, signing up for CamPay or using their new debit system, and making sure we maintain our distance when we go into the store. Visit them at Pure Life Baltimore for all the details. Cannabis Science Conference has moved to June 29th through July 1st. You can visit cannabisscience.com to purchase tickets and use the code MJ25 to get 25% off your tickets. I am so excited to get back out there and see all of you, so come geek out with me at the Cannabis Science Conference. Thanks, Josh and Andrea and the entire team for supporting Conversations with MaryJane. As a result of COVID-19, Peak Relief asked that if you need to obtain medicine, order online or call them at 301-703-2400 to place that order ahead of time. All orders must be placed using the online system on their website or by calling them. Additionally, please allow for 1 hour for them to process the order before picking it up. While we do anticipate longer than usual wait times, they are encouraging patients to wait in their vehicles and to take advantage of curbside delivery. While visiting inside the facility, all patients will be required to maintain a safe social distance of 6 feet from all other patients and from the staff. They've indicated areas on the floor and the seating so you can make sure that you're maintaining that distance. And they're asking all patients to abide by these new protocols. In fact, I just saw on Instagram that you need to wear face masks when going into the store. So add that to the list that you need to do if you are going in. That's why they're so encouraging you to do website ordering or call them so you can do the curbside pickup. In fact, I've been doing it when I've been visiting dispensaries. And although I do miss seeing everyone's face, does make it a lot safer and easier for everyone involved. A few other important notes about Peak Relief: their hours are still 10 to 8 p.m. You can sign up for their newsletter and text messaging so you can stay up to date with all the information at their website. If you have any questions or concerns, email them at info@peakrelief.com, or you can call them at 301-703-2400. Thank you, Peak Relief, for your commitment to the community and to the show. Southern Maryland Relief is committed to the safety of their patients and staff during the COVID-19 pandemic. Temporarily, they've changed their hours from 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 6 on Sunday. They also have some new protocols. As you go into the store, make sure you have your ID ready. They're going to ask you to hand sanitize. You'll be wearing gloves. There's red tape on the ground so you know how to stand 6 feet away from everybody. And additionally, only 8 people are allowed in the store at a time. So if you can imagine, having your patients, when you visit them, would be helpful as they are working through new protocols to keep all of us safe. You can visit them at somdrelief.com to place your online order. You can also request curbside pickup when you arrive at the store. So take a look at their website to learn about all their new protocols. And the best reminder that they give: please remember to spread kindness during these challenging times. Thank you, Southern Maryland Relief, for your support and that beautiful reminder. I met James back in the spring of 2019, so almost a year ago. And despite being in the best health of my life, I still was sick, anxious, and depressed. And over the course of the last year, we have worked week by week, discovering what food works best for my body, creating meditation and mindfulness practices that set me up for my best day, and preparing my body, mind, and spirit holistically for daily challenges. My work with James has been transformational and has provided me the strength, courage, and equanimity needed to live the life that I want. If you suffer from chronic pain or illness, and if you feel like you have tried everything and still haven't found relief, maybe my holistic wellness coach, James, can help you. You can reach out to him at james@sparkvisionnow.com. Thanks, James. Hey everyone, it's Jill Franquelli with Conversations with MaryJane, and welcome to a bonus episode of our 420 edition. Today I have a full conversation with Karly. I met Karly way back when I started in the cannabis industry, publishing a magazine, and it has been phenomenal to watch her grow and soar, not only within the cannabis industry, but as a woman as well. And I appreciated our conversation that we had the other day, and I thought it would be awesome to share all of our thoughts from that conversation, including our love of how cannabis has brought our families together. Thanks for the conversation, Karly. And now on to the interview. Hello.
Hi, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, getting used to the new normal, a little bit of back and forth, but, it's been interesting to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. Are you working at the store at all?
I'm in between. So when we're busy or when somebody calls out or, whenever there's something that needs to be done, I'm down in the dispensary, which has been around like once or twice a week. Mm-hmm. And the rest of the time I'm at home because I moved over to the wholesale side.
Yeah.
So I'm working more with like our clients and our accounts one-on-one. So that has always been, more virtual than in person.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's been nice to go down to the shop and like support the team and be there and, be extra hands on deck when needed.
Yeah.
I definitely I'm not short on work. That's for sure.
That is really good. Yeah. I stopped by maybe Sunday. I don't remember what day it was, but I was impressed. The curbside was like so amazing. And I mean, I do miss seeing everyone and kind of like the human interaction, but man, having the security guy it was just so quick and easy.
Yeah, they've definitely figured it out and streamlined it. It's nice that we are able to provide all of our employees with PPE, get the curbside streamlined so that we're cutting down action as much as possible. We even, Chase and Ryan just implemented another safety measure where they have team A and team B. So it limits exposure between our staff as well as from the patients. So,
so it's like always the same team working.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're really, it's nice to work for a company that you can tell like really cares down to the details. So
how's everyone's mental health doing?
Good.
That's always my biggest concern.
We've been doing like town hall meetings, like every 2 weeks, where it's just like a company-wide phone call.
Yeah.
Everybody can ask questions, and Mackie's been really good at like keeping the morale up, and Chase and Ryan are, of course, keeping the morale up down at the shop. So it's been, I think we've been busy. So it's been hard to really like, because it's like a normal work day. We're not, nobody's sitting around kind of doing nothing. We're all trying to keep our busy, which is a blessing and a curse, but I feel like they've gone above and beyond and gotten really creative with safety measures. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful that you guys are out there doing this, isn't it? I just thought it was so awesome that it's essential. And I think how amazing it will be when we get out of this, like the movement we're going to make because of this, right?
Oh yeah. I feel like the world will never be the same, especially.
No, I don't want it to be.
Yeah, no, they were systems that didn't work in the first place. So, now an opportunity for us to really take a step back as a society and say, okay, what do we want the future to look like? What is important to us?
Yeah.
And how can we implement that, as we come out of this pandemic? So it'll be really interesting to see. I think everybody's so caught up in, people still really rapidly getting sick and unfortunately, dying. So I think once the curve evens out and we have a second to breathe, that people will start to stand up and be like, okay, well, let's change this. Like, let's look into this. But it's definitely going to be different. I'm excited. What a time to be alive,
Yeah. I mean, have you seen that Facebook commercial where it's like a poem?
Oh yeah.
Read where she tears, but I think the thing that hit me, because I've like tried to keep my head down, like stay busy, was that opening line was like, wait, did we just pass through a historical moment? And I went, holy shit. Yeah. I need to take a second and breathe all of this in. Hopefully not bringing COVID with it.
Right.
However, breathe.
Purified air.
Breathe all of it in, because this is one of those moments that will define us forever.
It's like, people were saying kids now are just starting to not know what 9/11 is, right? Because those generations have grown up.
Yeah.
They're just starting to teach 9/11 in, middle schools and elementary schools. And this is something that's going to be in the history books as well. But this is going to be global. Like, this is going to be something to talk about. The whole world was affected. So it's definitely, it's going to be interesting to see, how we regurgitate this information back after it's all over and what we take from it.
Yeah. What's been this isn't part of the interview, just because I know you're smart and have a lot of thoughts on things. When you look at what's happening right now, like, what's your silver lining? Like, what's something that in this moment you've recognized would have never happened if we weren't in the middle of a pandemic?
So, like, coming from a place of anxiety, and with anxiety since my early 20s, or, whoever knows how long, since I started identifying 20s, I think it's because I've been so driven. So I've always felt like I had to go, like do stuff, meet with people, always keep my mind occupied. But it was always things that I felt like I was doing to get myself to the next level. So it's interesting because this has allowed me to find some things that, like, I've always wanted to do. And I was like, but that won't get me anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just nice things. So I right before all of this stuff got crazy and they shut down the stores, I went and bought like a whole watercolor paint set. And I've been doing watercolor painting for the past, I finally got all my supplies. I had to order some stuff from Amazon, but I've been doing watercolor painting, and I'm not very good, but it's so relaxing and I enjoy it so much. And, although I felt like I had hobbies in the past, those hobbies brought me anxiety because I was like, I got to finish this. I got to move on to I got to complete it. Whereas this, it's like, I have nowhere to be. I have nobody calling, not that it's a bad thing, but I have nobody calling me mom. I have nobody, relentlessly calling my phone unless it's for work stuff. Chase is also preoccupied with his own stuff. So we get to spend time together, but also apart, which is just nice. Before this, we never really used our living room. Like, the living room just sat really because we were in the kitchen or we were upstairs or we were out of the house. Like, I'm kind of taking joy in the fact that I have to like tidy up the living room now because it's a room that we didn't really use prior. So having the time to sit around the house and kind of enjoy each other's company. So it's been a blessing to realize that slowing down isn't going to hurt anything. Like, take a breath, you can step away. And when you come back, the same people are going to have the same questions. You're going to have the same answers. You're going to go about, the same steps that you would prior, but you got that second to kind of have clarity on the now. I've been meditating a lot more because you have that privilege in the morning and have to get out the house by a certain time. So, meditating and getting in touch with, the energies and the earth and things that are changing and how we all are going to feel as a collective. So I'm looking forward to it. I am. It's been.
I think if we harness, and I think a lot of generations, there's never been a global event. Like wars have happened between countries, but other countries haven't been a part of it. Man, if we can harness the collective energy of the world, man, such big things are going to come out of this, right?
Unbelievable things that we never thought could happen prior. You know, I think that we have a lot of power as a people. And I think that most of us are starting to kind of wake up and realize that we have that power, and that is things that we can't see, but that we can control, like, you know, manifesting abundance and making sure that you have a positive attitude and making sure that the energies that you bring to yourself aren't going to harm your ultimate goal of where you want to go or where you see your life leading. So, you know, people are definitely getting there, and people who I would never thought would have questions like that are now starting to be like, okay, well, I see now that this is maybe an opportunity. Let's start to talk about those opportunities. And I'm proud of us as a society and as a culture too, for not freaking out and going to like the worst case scenario and, you know, having riots and all that. I'm proud that we've kind of been like, okay, let's see how this goes. Let's hang out. Let's handle this. Let's, you know, day by day. So that is a great silver lining. You and I are very similar. In fact, probably 2 weeks in, I was still having anxiety because of all the things that I had to do. And I was like, you are setting all of these deadlines. You have no meetings to attend. You have nothing. So all of this anxiety, and it kind of like, you know, flipped a switch for me. I was like, oh my God, I do this all the time. Like these things should be fun, not anxiety. Maybe fun's not the word, but enjoyable. Like it shouldn't cause so much anxiety. And this has taught me to like, I have all the time in the world. Why are you so stressed out? You kind of change your deadlines to just goals. Like, like I have to be here. I have to do this. Hey, today I just want to check these 3 things off my list. And if I do, I feel great about the day. And that, you know, you give yourself a little bit of breathing room. I think people are starting to realize like, oh, I'm human. Like I can take a second. So it makes all the difference having a little grace during this. And I'm excited for all the change. Like we're all going to come out of this like so different. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I have my little bouts of anxiety here and there. My parents are 6 hours away. They're living with my grandparents right now during all of it. You know, I still get my little like, you know, the world is still moving, you know, there's still stuff going on. So the anxiety is completely gone, but it's manageable because, you know, you have time to process things. That's true. We're not moving on to the next thing. You can take time to work through those feelings. Yeah. And I'm especially grateful we can figure out how to do something 420-esque. What were you going to do this weekend? Did you have big plans? Not really. I mean, I always block that out because I assume there'll be either work stuff to do to attend. You know, we were planning on doing the National Cannabis Festival, have a booth out there. So that was pretty much just going to be my entire focus. We're still doing stuff, you know, we're going to Netflix party some movies, watch with us and offer some raffles and some prizes during them. And then National Cannabis Festival is doing a high stream fest, which is like online shows and talks. And there's different people who are going to talk about different topics. And we are sponsoring 2 different segments on that. Oh, nice. I've been doing a lot of marketing stuff, but I think mostly it'll just be, you know, having those movies play and making sure that we're streaming the High Stream Fest house and, you know, our typical smoke, work, walk the dogs, you know, your day to day. Not too bad for... Our dogs are just through the roof right now. They don't understand what's going on, but they could hear. And when we do leave, he still is just as panicked. And I'm like, we have been with you for almost 7 days completely. We're coming back, bro. I know. I still get like so when we open our garage, the dogs automatically know that we're here. There's an old cat door. So he peeks through the cat. He can't fit through it, but it's see-through. So he peeks through the cat door. And as soon as he sees it's one of us, he loses it. I never thought you were coming back. I know. I'm like, dude, the neighbors, like, we're right here. You can see me now. They lose it. I'm like, dude.
They're the real winners of the pandemic. All their people are home.
The real MVPs. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been adopting dogs, fostering animals and stuff. So
yeah.
Another silver lining to all of this. People are home and realize having a companion is really nice.
People are learning, oh, my employees can work from home. Oh, they don't need to work 900 hours a week. Everything's still getting done. Yeah, I think we're going to learn a lot of things that couldn't be done. Funny.
I'm all for implementing like a Spanish siesta in the middle of the day. I think we have time for that now. Everybody goes home, takes a nap. You know, I think we have time for that now. We
do.
Realization it's possible.
Oh, I'm totally down for that. So I'm thankful that you're part of the show today to share. I couldn't think of a better way than for everyone to share either, you know, the first moment that they used cannabis or one of their favorite. I know everyone has a million favorites, or when you realized it was more than just cannabis, it was medicine for you. And I thought those would be great stories to share on 420 to bring us all together.
Thanks for having me. I definitely appreciate including me in this.
Yeah. So what story would you like to share?
So I'll probably, so the second question that you sent over to me really stuck out. Like the time you realized it wasn't just like smoking weed with your friends. You're like, it's like a plant that's really going to be something. And there are really two moments. You know, I talk about my sister a lot who passed away from cancer. And right as she was diagnosed as terminal, you know, you realize that you step to other forms of medicine and other forms of pain management. So naturally, after they told us we were terminal, that she was terminal, that, you know, we started medicating her with cannabis. And I saw that she got a lot better. Like her appetite came, color in her skin came back. You know, she was more aware because she wasn't in so much pain, or she was still in pain, but it was manageable. You know, she was able to think about something else and hold on to, you know, the silver linings of and be consumed by her pain. And then after a while, her doctors found out, and they kind of scared us because we were not legal at that point. So we were still purchasing black market cannabis. So, you know, that scared us enough to stop medicating her, because we really didn't know what we were getting. And if we got one bad thing, it could take what's really helping her and just completely turn her the other way. So, you know, that kind of sparked my immediate kind of aggression to get into this industry and to be a voice here, because not having open access when I saw, you know, with my own eyes and somebody who I truly trust and loved and seeing them get better, to not have access to that wasn't fair. And that fairness of that whole industry really stuck with me. So when, you know, they had a medical program starting to bloom, I immediately applied for a bunch of different companies, interviewed with a bunch of different companies, and just really found that Culta aligned a lot with my values and keeping the integrity of the plant alive. So, you know, that initially stuck out because she really is my driving reason behind my passion for the industry. But another experience stuck out too, which is one that has recently popped into my memory, which is, you know, my parents are heavy cannabis smokers as well. Dad has been all my life. My mom has been since I was about 13. And I didn't really, you know, I knew kind of, but it was hidden from me until, you know, probably 20, you know, after I got back from studying abroad and kind of was away for them for a while. Our boundaries kind of went away a little bit. So after you know, now I knew for sure my parents smoked, but I never smoked with them. And it was kind of like an unspoken thing. Like they could smell it in my room, I could smell it in their room, but we just kind of ignored it. Like, don't ask. And so after I got this job with Culta in the industry, I got my card, and like I was like, okay, like can we drop the act now? Like can we all smoke together? But I wasn't sure how to approach it. So Christmas Eve night, we have a tradition where we get to open, you know, the gifts that we get for each other each. And so that night I was like, all right, I'm just going to bring out a blunt and just light it and start to like pass it around, see what happens.
Oh my God, I love this.
Halfway through, I pull out my blunt and I light it. And my dad looks at me, he looks at my mom, and then my dad pulls out a blunt and he lights it. And I'm like, I've got the same idea. So that was like the Christmas Eve where I finally smoked with both my parents and my brother. We opened Christmas gifts. It was, you know, a very cliche moment, but it was
no, it's perfect.
That moment where I kind of realized this does not dictate the caliber of person that you are. This is not the stigma that is supposed to be surrounding this plant.
Yeah.
My parents are upstanding citizens of society, my brother and I as well. There's no correlation between, you know, what's in your heart and what's in your mind versus how you choose to medicate and live this lifestyle. So both of those stories really stuck out to me. But, you know, I appreciate you bringing them to the forefront of my mind also, because I also get caught up in, you know, the day-to-day stuff in this industry, and it's nice to be reminded of the reason you got into it in the first place.
Yeah, those are great stories. And I mean, my dad we got him his medical card about like 60 days ago. And so he just uses edibles, and I would love for him, like me, my brother, and him all one day to smoke. But a very similar story was the day that me and my brother smoked in front of my dad. And he just kind of like sat there and chilled, and it wasn't a big day. And when he wishes me like happy high holiday, like that's what he calls 420. I mean, all of those moments, it just kind of brings your like family closer together. And so I appreciate you sharing that. Oh, I lost you.
He's like,
there you are.
He wants to wear all the t-shirts, and he wants to go to all the events, and he wants to, you know, smoke what's new on the market. And, you know, you know, I think he's been criticized so long being a pot smoker in the days where it was very unpolitical, you know, participate in the cannabis lifestyle, especially when you had kids. So there were a lot of times where my friends' parents wouldn't let them spend time with us because they either had an inkling or my dad thought that they were close enough to us that they could be honest. So I think it's validating for him as well to know that, like, not only is it legal, but like my daughter is, you know, showing people that this is not how it's supposed to be. So I think he's got a little pride in there, but he's also a little bit of a fanboy about it. It's very
the best picture is you and him at Cultas Grow. Just the look of pure joy and happiness is just, it's perfect.
Yeah, he was on the way home, he was like, my cheeks hurt from smiling so much. So
yeah, especially since he's like old school, right? Like for him, had that been the first time he had seen like a grow?
So the first real grow, I mean, he you know, he sold a lot back in high school. And so he's had friends with like underground operations, but it's the first time where he's seen how official, you know, that we have, how much we've dialed into it, because I'm sure seeing our grow versus what he's seen in the past is very different. So, and I think he having that experience with him and I also was just icing on the cake. Yeah.
That's awesome. These have been moments that have warmed my heart, and I appreciate you sharing them with all of us, Karly. Happy 420.
Yes, thank you, Jill. Thank you for reminding us all, you know, to talk about our path and where we're going. So I appreciate that. And happy 420 to you and everybody else as well.
Thank you.